They liked me better when I stayed inside the lines they always made. No questions asked, no waves, no sound, just another face in the crowd. But something in me wouldn't sleep, a restless urge to shift the scene. The moment I began to move, the silence broke. Comfort smiles when nothing bends, but change reveals who won't pretend. If you wanna make some enemies, try to change the way things be. Break the pattern, shift the ground, watch resistance gather round. Not everyone will understand, not everyone will take your hand, but every voice that stands opposed means you're closer than you know. I saw their faces turn away, heard the words they wouldn't say. Doubt and fear behind their eyes, disguised as compromise. They didn't hate what I became, they feared the thought of doing the same. Because change reflects a truth inside they try to hide. It's easier to criticize than face the mirror in your eyes. If you wanna make some enemies, dare to choose a different way. Stand for something, shift the norm. You'll feel the pressure of the storm, but don't mistake the noise you hear for something you should learn to fear. Sometimes the strongest pushback grows when you're breaking through the old. Every step that rewrites rules was once rejected, called a fool. Every change that shakes the now was doubted then, but still allowed. They may resist, they may oppose, but time decides how truth unfolds. If you wanna make some enemies, then change is where you start. Not because you seek the fight, but because you follow hard. Let them down and let them speak. You don't need their certainty. Every voice that stands against is proof you're making a difference. Not everyone will walk with you, but if no one stands against you, maybe nothing has changed.
Time doesn't ask for permission, it moves whether we're ready or not. Seasons turn without warning, rewriting everything we thought. We try to hold what we know, pretend it will stay the same, but every moment slipping forward is calling us to change. You can resist it, fight it, hide, or you can meet it where it stands. The wave will come regardless, it's up to you how you land. Change is coming anyway, that part we can't control. But whether we grow through it is a choice inside our soul. We can break or we can bend, we can close or we can rise. Change is certain. comfort. It doesn't guarantee ease, but it offers something deeper if you choose to see. Every shift holds a question. What will you become? And the answer isn't written until you decide it's done. Let it move, let it come. Feel the ground rearrange. You're not losing who you were, you're choosing who you'll be. Change is coming anyway, so I choose to grow through it. I won't stay the same by accident. I'll become something new with it. I'll take what I can learn, leave what I don't need behind. Change may shape my path, but growth is always mine. You can't stop change, but you can decide what it makes of you. What it makes of you.
You say I'm beautiful tonight, you say I'm smart and kind. You list the things you love about me like I'm a state of mind. But what if all that faded? What if I changed somehow? Would you still be standing here or only love me now? Am I a collection of things you approve? Don't love me for the reasons you can write down. Don't love me for the spotlight or the crown. Love me when I'm silent, love me when I'm plain. Love me just because it's me, not what I've gained. If beauty slips like sunlight, if wisdom turns unsure, if goodness has a moment when I can't be pure, will I still be worthy when I don't impress? Or does your love depend on my best? I don't wanna be a resume you fell in love with. Don't love me for the reasons that might fade, not for the charm or the choices I've made. Love me when I'm flawed, when I don't agree. Love me without the because, just love me for me. Me for me. No condition, no clause. Love that's built on reasons can crumble with time. If one brick falls away, does the rest unwind? I don't wanna earn affection every single day. I wanna know your heart chose me anyway. Not because I shine, but because I am. Don't love me for my beauty, it won't always stay. Don't love me for my kindness, it might bend someday. Love me when I'm changing, when I'm unsure and free. Love me without explanation, just because it's me. If love needs justification, it's already weak. Real love isn't logical, it doesn't critique. It sees the whole in perfect shape and says I choose not what you offer, but you, not earned, not proven. Don't love me for the reasons that glitter and gleam. Don't love me for the version that fits your dream. Love me when I falter, when I disagree. Love me without the why, just because it's me. No reasons, just us. New faces, new designs, different names for different times. Everything keeps shifting shape, like it's all been rearranged. We call it change, we call it new. A different world, a different view, but something underneath remains. truth still lives beneath the light. Everything looks like it's changed, but something stays the same. New forms, new ways to play the game, but the heart remains unchanged. We move, we shift, we redefine, but deep below the surface line, the core we try to rearrange hardly ever changes. New rules, new ways to speak, new answers for the same old needs. Different roads, but same desire. Different sparks, but same old fire. We chase the future, leave the past, thinking this will finally last. But every version that we see echoes what has always been. Time can change the outer frame, but not the root from where it came. Everything feels rearranged, but truth still stays the same. Different colors, different names, but the essence doesn't change. We build, we break, we redesign, but something constant lies inside. What looks like change upon this stage barely touches what remains. Maybe change is just the skin, a shifting world we're living in, while something deeper, quiet, true keeps carrying us through. Not everything that moves is new. Some things just change their view. Everything appears to change, but essence holds its place. We evolve in form and phase, but the core won't be replaced. So don't be fooled by what you see or how things seem to be. The surface changes endlessly, but truth remains beneath. The world will change its shape again and again, but something deeper will remain the same. They say loneliness is drifting far, like a ship that's lost the shore. A silent ocean, empty sky with nowhere left to go. But silence doesn't mean you're lost, and distance doesn't mean you're gone. Sometimes the quiet in the dark is where you finally belong. The world grows loud, the heart grows small, until you step away from it all. Solitude is an empty sea. It's space to hear what lives in me. A moment where the noise grows thin and truth begins again. It's not a place where hope disappears. It's where direction becomes clear. Alone is not the end of the road. It's where you going. I stood at the edge for so long, trying to figure it out, watching the current move on while I stayed trapped in doubt. I wanted answers before the fall, a map before I moved at all, but nothing ever made it clear, standing frozen here. You can learn the river by standing on the shore. You have to let it take you, understand it more. Dive into the unknown, don't fight the tide. Let the current carry you, stop asking why you don't understand change. By holding on alone, you understand it fully when you become the flow. It's not about control or plans, it's not about where you stand. It's letting go of what you knew and letting something new break through. Fear will tell you not to move, that you might lose what you can't prove, but staying still won't show you how to live inside the now. The truth is never found in what you try to hold, it lives in what you answer, even when it's cold. Dive into the unknown, don't hold the line. Let yourself be carried by something bigger than time. You don't understand change. From a distance alone, you understand it deeply when you become the flow. Let go of needing control. Let go of needing to know. The moment you surrender is the moment you grow. Dive into the unknown, even if you're afraid. There's something waiting in the current that can't be explained. You don't understand change by standing alone. You understand its meaning when you become the flow. Let go. Let go and flow. I tried to find what I could feel, pretending it was never real, pushing truth out of my cycle, and wrong what felt like right. I thought control would make it change if I resisted hard enough, but all I did was build a wall that only made it rough. You can't hear what you deny, you can't move what you won't see. The truth you're running from is the truth that sets you free. Nothing changes till you face it, till you let it be what it is. You don't grow by turning away or fighting what exists. Blame will never set you free, only holds you down. Freedom starts the moment you stop pushing truth around. It's easy just to point the blame, to find a reason, find a name, to place the weight on someone else and never face yourself. But every time you do that, you close another door, and every truth you refuse to hold comes back a little more. Blame creates another cage, even if it feels like release. But facing what is real inside is where you find your peace. Nothing changes till you face what's really there. You finally break through. Face it, and you'll be free. They told me aim to be the best, chase the win, outshine the rest. Count your worth in trophies won, and how far and how fast you've run. So I learned to measure life by numbers climbing overnight, by louder cheers and brighter names, calling that success and fame. But applause fades quicker than it came, and titles never stay the same. Don't try to be successful, that word can blur your sight. Try to be someone of value, even when no one's watching your life, because success can disappear, but character stays here. Build what lasts beneath the noise, be of value, make that your choice. I've seen people reach the top, only to feel the ground still drop. Empty hands with heavy crowns, lost in heights they thought they'd found. I've seen quiet hearts stand tall, changing lives without a call. No spotlight, no grand parade, just honest work well made. Success is something you can gain, value is something you become. Don't try to be successful, chasing numbers on a wall. Try to be someone of value that matters when the lights all fall, when titles fade and crowds grow thin. What's left is who you've been, not what you own, not what you sold, but what you gave and how you showed up. Success is loud, value is quiet. Success is seen, value is felt. Success asks, did they notice? Value asks, did I help? One feeds the ego for a day, the other feeds the soul. If tomorrow takes the stage away, strips the labels from my name, would I still stand steady there? Would I still care? Because a life built only to impress collapses under its own success. Don't try to be successful, that's too small a dream. Try to be someone of value to the people in between. Success might follow, it might not, but value never rots. When all is said and all is done, let them say you were worth more than what you won. Be steady, be honest, be useful, be kind. Success may come and go, but value is what survives.
When the world feels heavy and the road turns cold, when the night surrounds you and the truth feels old, when the voices whisper, why even try today? When the storm inside you won't just fade away, even in the darkest hour, you can choose the light. Be good anyway, no matter where you stand. When the sky is falling, or nothing goes as planned, be kind anyway, even when hearts betray. Your soul is what you keep at the end of every day. No matter what you face, no matter what they say, be good anyway. Some will try to break you, some will turn away, some will judge your silence, some won't hear you pray. by the choice you make. Be good
You keep waiting for the moment, for the world to rearrange, for the sky to fall in colors, for the broken ties to change. You keep looking for a signal, some kind of guiding flame, but the answer's in the mirror calling out your name. Every dream you hold inside is a spark that needs a start. If you want the world to change, you gotta be the change. Not tomorrow, not someday, right here, right now, today. Every voice that dares to rise can rewrite the page. If you want the world to change, you gotta be the change. No more waiting on the silence, no more standing on the side. Every step you're too afraid of is a door you've left behind. The smallest act of courage can echo through the pain, and every light you carry can break another chain. Every step you choose to take turns the dark into a spark. If you want the world to change, you gotta be the change. Not tomorrow, not someday, right here, right now, today. Every voice that dares to rise can rewrite the page. If you want the world to change, you gotta be the change. You don't need a crown, you don't need a name, you don't need the world to remember your face. All it takes is one heart that refuses to stay the same. If you want the world to change, you gotta be the change. Every step you choose to take sets another flame. Every doubt you leave behind breaks another chain. If you want the world to change, you gotta be the change. Same sunrise, different mornings now. Lockers turn to office doors somehow. Coffee cups instead of late night talks. Dress shoes we used to walk. We said someday like it was far away. Now someday's here and it's called today. You've got your tie, I've got my train. Different routes, the same old flame. We're moving fast, learning as we go. Still chasing dreams we don't outgrow. We're still running, just in different lanes. Same heart, same fire, different names. If I get lost in the pressure and noise, I remember who I was with you. Still running and we didn't stop. Growing up doesn't mean giving up. We might be older, but the dream's alive. We're still running, side by side inside. Side by side inside. Morning trains and crowded streets, trying hard to stand on our own feet. Some days hit harder than we thought they would. Being grown up isn't always good, but every message you're doing okay feels like running together again. We don't mean like we used to do, but every try still connects me to you. If the pace feels heavy, the nights feel long, I hear our laughter pushing me on. We're still running, just in different lanes. Same heart, same fire, different names. If I get lost in the pressure and noise, I remember who I was with you. Still running and we didn't stop. Growing up doesn't mean giving up. We might be older, but the dream's alive. It just learned how to breathe in a grown-up skin. We're still running into brand new days, still learning who we are on the way. Even if the world moves faster than we can, we're doing our best, and that's enough to stand. Still running, hearts open wide, different roads but the same inside. From the classrooms to the city lights, we're still running. Oh, 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 we're still running. And the future's bright, same sunrise, no reasons why we didn't lose. We just learned to try. Still running. This is just the start.
I kept everything I could, every memory, every should, every promise I outgrew, still hanging on like it was true. I thought strength was holding tight through every wrong, through every fight. But somewhere in the weight I carried, I lost the way I used to breathe. There's a moment you realize not everything is yours to keep. Some things stay not because they're right, but just because they're heavy. You learn to let things fall away, not because you don't care, but because they weigh you down more than you can bear. It's not defeat, it's clarity, it's choosing what you need. Sometimes you have to let things go, just because they're heavy. There are stories that don't fit, there are dreams you've outgrown, there are people, there are places that no longer feel like home. And it hurts to finally see what you thought was meant to be was only something you were holding out of fear. To be free, you don't lose by letting go, you don't break by setting free. You just make a little space for who you're meant to be. You learn to let things fall away, even when it hurts to choose, because holding on to everything is how you slowly lose. It's not about forgetting, it's about finding peace. Sometimes you have to drop the weight to finally feel release. Not everything that stayed was meant to stay this long. Some things only linger because you held on. You You learn to let things fall away and finally understand that lighter doesn't mean you lost. It means you chose to stand. It's not about giving up, it's about being free. Sometimes you let things go, just because they're heavy.
I kept myself in constant motion, changing paths and changing names, new directions every moment, thinking that it meant I'd changed. But movement doesn't mean I'm growing, noise doesn't mean I'm alive. I was running in a circle, calling it a climb. Just because I left a place doesn't mean I found a way. Not every step is forward, not every change is growth. You can move 1,000 miles and still not get any closer. It's not about how much you shift, it's about what you become. Real change is deeper than it looks, it lives beneath the surface. I changed the way I spoke and moved, changed the faces in my view, but the same thoughts followed me. Quiet, hidden, hard to see. You can dress a life in something new, rewrite the outside point of view, but if the core remains the same, nothing really changed. Direction matters more than speed, and truth is more than what we see. Not every step It's easy to confuse the move with meaning, truth, or proof, but progress asks a deeper thing. Who are you becoming? Are you closer than before, or just different from your past? Not every step is forward, not every change will last, but the ones that shape your soul are the ones that reach your core. So don't be fooled by emotion or changes you can't own. True growth is quiet, deep, and slow, but it's the only way to move forward. Moving is easy, becoming is hard, but only one of them is growth.
The sun rises for everyone, no matter who you are. The same sky, the same morning light, the same unbroken start. 24 hours placed in our hands, no richer, no less for anyone. A silent gift we all receive before the day is done. Some let the hours drift away like leaves upon the stream. Some shape them into stepping stones toward a greater dream. We all live under the same clock, the same 24 hours a day. Time is the one gift heaven gave in exactly the same way. But what you build with every minute is where the difference starts. Those who use their time with courage write their names across the stars. Success is not a sudden spark, not luck falling from the sky. It's hours turned into effort, days that refuse goodbye, while others sleep through quiet chances or wait for perfect signs. Someone somewhere keeps working inside those same small times. The world rewards the ones who see what others overlook, that every moment given is a chance to shape the book. We all live under the same clock, no matter where we stand. Time was given equally to every woman and man. But those who rise above the crowd don't own more hours to claim. They simply turn the time they have into a burning flame. The difference between a dream and truth is how the hours are spent. The same small minutes in your hands can build a monument. We all live under the same clock, the same sunrise at night, but the ones who use their time with heart turn darkness into light. What the world calls them successful, but the secret's easy to find. They simply chose to honor the gift of time. The same 24 hours. What will you build with yours? I kept everything I could, every memory, every should, every promise I outgrew, still hanging on like it was true. I thought strength was holding tight through every wrong, through every fight, but somewhere in the weight I carried, I lost the way I used to breathe. There's a moment you realize not everything is yours to keep. Some things stay not because they're right, but just because they're heavy. You learn to let things fall away, not because you don't care, but because they weigh you down more than you can bear. It's not defeat, it's clarity, it's choosing what you need. Sometimes you have to let things go, just because they're heavy. There are that don't fit. There are dreams you've outgrown. There are people, there are places that no longer feel like home. And it hurts to finally see what you thought was meant to be was only something you were holding out of fear. To be free, you don't lose by letting go. You don't break by setting free. You just make a little space for who you're meant to be. You learn to let things fall away, even when it hurts to choose. Because holding on to everything is how you slowly lose. It's not about forgetting, it's about finding peace. Sometimes you have to drop the weight to finally feel release. Not everything that stayed was meant to stay this long. Some things only linger because you held on. You You learn to let things fall away and finally understand that lighter doesn't mean you lost. It means you chose to stand. It's not about giving up, it's about being free. Sometimes you let things go just because they're heavy. Let it fall and breathe again. A change comes in without a sound. Like air we breathe, it moves us now. We don't ask for it to stay or leave. It happens quietly. Every season finds its turn. Every lesson waits to be learned. Nothing here is meant to stay the same. Not even who we were yesterday. We try to hold the moment still, afraid of what we might become. But standing still is not then, it's just running from the sun. Change is as natural as breathing in. You can't refuse it, you can't pretend. But change isn't here to break our hearts, it's here to show how far we've come. Every scar, every open door, every step we didn't plan. Change is not a wound we carry, it's proof that we're still growing. Some changes hurt, I won't deny. They ask us to say long goodbyes, but even pain is something to say. It points us toward another way. If we never let the old fall apart, we never find a wider heart. What feels like loss along the way is space for more of us to stay. We think change comes to take from us, to leave us weak, to leave us small. But it's shaping us quietly for what we're meant to hold. Change is as natural as breathing in. You can't stop time from moving ahead. But change isn't trying, hurt us, it's teaching us how to stay. Every end, every start, every place we've never been. Change is not the enemy, it's proof that we're still growing. We don't grow by staying safe, we don't heal by staying the same. The ground moves, the roots go deeper, that's how we learn our shape. Change is as natural as breathing out. It carries us forward somehow. Not to harm us, not to break, but to show the strength we've made. Oh, if you're different than before, it doesn't mean you're lost. It means you're still becoming, and that growth always has a cost. Breathe in, let go, let go, let go. You're growing, that's all.
I've dreamed of standing far above, places shaped by faith and love, high enough to touch the sky, where doubt feels small, where fear runs dry. But dreams don't move the ground beneath, they don't replace what legs must do. Every height I want to reach begins with something small and true. Before the summit meets my eyes, there's a truth I can't deny. To reach the highest goal I see, I have to walk it patiently. No jump, no skip, no sudden flight, just step by step into the climb. I keep this fact inside my mind. When the way feels slow or long, the only path to something high is moving forward, one step at a time. I've watched people rush the dream, try to outrun what's in between. They chase the view without the trail, call impatience bravery, but nothing strong is built that way. Nothing real avoids the strain. The highest points are earned by those who honor every inch they go. Ambition lifts my eyes above, discipline decides how far I go. To reach the highest goal I claim, I must respect the pace it takes. Each small effort every day is proof I'm moving the right way. When the distance tests my will, I remember and stand still. The only truth that carries me is progress made. Step by step, dreams give direction, not escape. They don't erase the work it takes. If I forget the simple truth, the mountain turns impossible. But when I trust the steady climb, the peak becomes a matter of time. I don't fear how far it looks, I don't rush what must be built. I give my effort to today and let tomorrow find its way. The highest goals don't need belief alone, they need movement, flesh and bone. I keep this truth where it belongs. I'll get there, one step at a time. Aim high, walk honestly. The path doesn't change, only your position does. One step is enough to begin.
I still remember every word, like it was carved into my skin. Time didn't take the picture away, it just taught me how to live with it. Some nights the past comes back, uninvited, loud and clear. But I'm tired of bleeding again from something that's already been. Forgiveness isn't closing my eyes, pretending none of it was real. It's choosing not to let old wounds tell me how to feel. Forgiveness isn't forgetting, it's letting the pain go free. I don't erase what happened, I erase what it does to me. I let the memories drift away, like writing washed into the sea. I keep the truth, I lose the hurt, that's what forgiveness means. I carried anger like a shield, thought it kept my heart alive. But holding on was cutting deeper than the day I first survived. I don't need to rewrite to be. Forgiveness isn't forgetting, it's choosing not to wake. It's letting go of the knife I was holding every day. I keep my story, every scar, but they don't define me. I let the pain dissolve away, and that's how I'm finally free. I remember, but it doesn't hurt anymore.
I used to wait for better days, for something out there to change my ways. A sign, a push, a helping hand, something I could understand. I thought the shift would come to me, like fate would set the moment free. But time kept passing, nothing moved until I did. Hope is quiet when it waits, but change begins when action breaks. If you want a better way, you can't just hope and pray. Some things won't fix themselves, you have to move them anyway. If you're waiting for the world, you might be waiting forever. The change you're asking life to give is something you must deliver. Deliver. No one else can walk my road, no one else can bear my load. Advice may guide and hands may help, but I must move myself. The life I want won't build alone, it grows from what I choose to own. And every step I hesitate is one I have to take. There's a point where waiting ends and doing must begin. If you want a better change, you have to rearrange the way you act, the way you think, the limits you maintain. No one's coming to repair the parts you leave undone. The future you're imagining starts with what you've begun. It's not always fair, it's not always right, but it's still yours to fight. You can wish or you can choose, one creates, one lets you lose. The power isn't far away, it's in what you do today. If you want a better life, you have to step inside the role you've tried to push away and face it, not deny. Change doesn't come from somewhere else, it comes from what you do. If you want things to be different, it starts with you. No signal, no rescue, just a choice and you. I held on like it proved my worth, wouldn't loosen my grip. Thought if I kept it long enough, I'd never slip. They said, don't ever give it up, fight until the end. So I kept tightening my hands on something that wouldn't bend. I called it strength, but it felt like strain. Sometimes strength is holding on, sometimes it's release, sometimes power isn't force, sometimes it's peace. I thought I had to carry it to prove I'm strong, but maybe letting go is where I belong. I stayed in places that hurt me just to say I tried, stayed loyal to a version I had already outgrown. Inside I thought quitting was weakness, thought feels freer.
I told you where you started would just have the road you take. That every step behind you is a measure you can't break. The mountains don't remember where the rivers first began. They only rise toward heaven as high as they can stand. It's not the ground beneath your feet, it's the sky you choose to see. It's not where you begin, it's how high you aim. Not the place you stand, but the fire in your flame. The stars don't ask your story or the road you came through. They only shine for dreamers who believe they can break through. Oh, so lift your eyes again, let the old fears fall away. Success is not your starting line, it's how high you aim. Some were born in sunlight, some were raised in endless rain. Some were handed kingdoms, some had nothing but their pain. But every heart is given one horizon to pursue, and the height of every mountain depends on how you view. If your dreams are high enough, even storms can't hide the sky. It's not where you begin, it's how high you aim. Not the place you stand, but the fire in your flame. The stars don't ask your story or the road you came through. They only shine for dreamers who believe they can break through. So lift your eyes again, let the old fears fall away. Success is not your starting line, it's how high you aim. Raise your dreams like towers, touch the clouds above. Every step you take will rise toward what you love. The sky was never meant for those who look below. It's not where you begin, it's how high you aim. Every dream you chase lights a brighter flame. The stars don't know your past, they only see your light. And every soul that dares to rise can change the darkest night. So lift your eyes again, let the whole world hear your name. Success is never where you start, it's how high you aim.
Different streets, a different view, new reflections staring back at you. New words, a brand new name, but something feels the same. You changed the colors, changed the scene, rewrote how everything should be. underneath the surface lies the same old patterns in disguise. You can shift the shape, the sound, the frame, but that doesn't mean you've really changed. Just because everything looks new doesn't mean it's something true. You can run, you can rearrange, but still be standing in the same place. Real change isn't what you show, it's something deeper you must grow. If the inside stays the same, then nothing really changed. New habits, new routines, different faces in between. But if the way you think remains a circle in the same old space, it's easy to repaint the wall, to shift the outside of it all, but harder still to face the core and become something more. You can move 1,000 miles away, but still bring yesterday. Just because your world looks wide doesn't mean you've changed inside. You can hide it, you can pretend, but truth is where the change begins. It's not the place, it's not the face, it's what you build beneath the surface. If the heart remains the same, then nothing really changed. Then nothing really changed. Real change is quiet, hard to see. It breaks what used to comfort me. It questions things I used to know and asks me where I wanna go. It's not a mask, it's not a show, it's letting something deeper grow. Not everything that shifts is growth. Not every move means letting go. The truest change is found within, where it all begins. So don't be fooled by what you see. Look deeper than the surface dream. If your core has rearranged, then everything has changed. It's easy to look different, it's harder to be different. That's where change begins. Morning light hits the city, another day begins. I laced up my doubts, but I'm stopping in. There were times I almost gave it all away, but then I heard your voice say stay. When my confidence was breaking, when I couldn't see the end, you didn't fix the world for me, you just stood there as my friend. I'm so glad you were there, right by my side. Then the road got heavy and the nights were wrong and wide. Yeah, I might have made it, but not the same way. I'm stronger now because you stayed. I'm so glad you were there through it all. When I felt too small, you helped me stand tall. It's 'cause at the start you were there. Sun's up high, road ahead. Whatever comes, I'm not alone. Yeah, I'm glad you were there, and I hope you know. 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 They told me be realistic, know your place, stay small. People like you don't change the world, not at all. They counted all the reasons why it wouldn't work, measured every outcome before I even start. But something in me refused to agree. It's the ones who believe they can that start to move the ground, the ones who burn so deeply they can't turn around. Not logic, not permission, not waiting for a sign. It's being so consumed you blurred the line. You don't change the world by asking if you should. You change it when you're driven beyond what's understood. When doubt becomes a whisper and fire takes the lead, you stop asking questions and start to breed belief. Obsession breaks limits that reason can't. It's the ones who are too much, too loud, too bold, too certain of a vision no one else can hold. The ones who won't let go even when it bends. That's how impossible things begin. Believe, burn. History doesn't remember the careful and the still. It remembers the ones who force their will, not by power or control, but by relentless flame, by refusing to accept that's just the way. Reality doesn't shift for hesitation. It's the ones who are consumed who change the view, the ones who feel so strongly they break through, not waiting for the world to rearrange, but moving so intensely it has to change. You don't need everyone to understand. You need a fire they can't withstand, because when belief runs deeper than fear can reach, the impossible becomes within reach. Still doubting, still moving. It's the ones who believe they can, who bend the line, who rewrite what's possible over time. Not because it was easy, not because it was planned, but because they were crazy enough to stand. Too much, too driven, too alive.
I held on tight to what I knew, even when it held me back. Familiar roads felt safe to walk, even when they kept me trapped. I called it comfort, called it home, even when it stopped my breath. It's hard to leave what feels like you, even when it's slowly fading. Courage isn't always for emotion, it's not always standing tall. Sometimes it's loosening your grip on what you've always called your own. Courage is the strength to let go of what you've always known. Not because it's easy or clear, but because you've outgrown it. What feels safe can hold you still. What you leave can set you free. Courage is releasing what no longer lets you be. There's a quiet fear in walking away from what once gave you meaning. Even if it doesn't fit anymore, it still feels like something worth keeping. But staying just because it's known is another kind of loss. Growth asks for empty hands sometimes before it gives you more. You don't lose yourself by letting go, you find what's underneath. The space you make by leaving is where you learn to breathe. Courage is the strength to let go what you've always known. Even when your hands still shake, even when you feel alone. What feels like loss is movement. What you drop becomes your wings. Courage is the moment you release unnecessary things. Let go of the roles that don't fit. Let go of the fear of change. Let go of the version of you that only exists to stay the same. You don't need to hold everything to prove that you are strong. Sometimes strength is trusting you can carry on. Open your hands, let it fall. Feel the weight leave your soul. Nothing new can reach you if you're still holding it all. Courage is the strength to let go, to trust what comes after. Not knowing what's ahead, but knowing you've chosen better. What you release becomes your path. What you leave becomes your ground. Courage is letting go and still moving forward. Courage isn't holding on forever. It's knowing when to release, and the moment you let go, you begin again. You begin.
We kept waiting in the silence for a voice to call our name, for a spark to light the darkness, for someone else to change. We were watching from the sidelines, hoping something would begin, but the door we tried to open was locked from deep within. Every second that we waited was a moment slipping by. We are the change we've been waiting for. Not tomorrow, not before. Every step we're scared to take is the one we can't ignore. No more waiting on a sign, no more asking when or why. If we want the world to move, we are the change this time. No one's coming with the answers, no one's here to lead the way. Every dream
Some days I talk a little too much, say things I wish I didn't say. I let the weight spill out my mouth, 'cause holding it in hurts anyway. I try to stand up looking strong, like nothing ever breaks my skin, but even still gets tired too, of always trying to pretend. They say be brave, don't let it show, but nobody lives like that. We're not made of stone or gold, we're made of heart. It's okay to complain sometimes, it's okay to say I'm not fine, it's okay to feel weak and small. We're human after all. It's okay to let tears fall down, to show your scars to break right now. You're not failing, you're just alive, and that's enough tonight. I've smiled through things I couldn't bear, laughed when I wanted to cry, but the truth is hiding hurts more than letting someone see inside. I don't need to be a hero, don't need to carry every load. Some days just breathing is brave, and that's called living, I suppose. If your heart is feeling heavy, that doesn't mean you're weak, it means you've been trying for longer than they see. It's okay to complain sometimes, it's okay to say I'm tired. It's okay to lose your balance, we're human, that's the point. It's okay to show your tears, to need a hand to face your fears. You're not broken, you're alive, and that's enough this time, and that's enough this time. Don't owe the world perfection, you don't owe a flawless smile. If you made it through today, that's already worthwhile. So go ahead and let it out, say the words stuck in your chest. Cry if you need to, fall apart, rest your head, don't second guess. It's okay to be exactly this, often sure and still trying. You're not weak for feeling pain, you're alive. You're alive. Yeah, you're alive. That's enough, that's everything.
They told me who I should become before I knew my name. Handed me a future wrapped in praise and shame. Said, this is what success looks like, this is what you're for. But something in my chest kept asking for more. A borrowed dream never feels like home. My purpose isn't handed down, it isn't assigned. It's not in someone else's voice or someone else's design. If I'm gonna live this life, it has to be mine. The reason that I wake each day is mine to define. You can walk a perfect path built by someone's pride and still feel like a stranger in the life you hide. Applause can't fill the silence of a heart misaligned. No matter how it glitters, if it isn't mine. Expectation is heavy when it isn't yours. My purpose isn't measured by what they approve. It's something I discover when I choose to move. If I'm gonna carry meaning through the years I find, it has to be chosen and owned by my mind. I've inherited, created. You don't owe the world a life you didn't choose. You don't owe tradition the right to use. Your name is not a contract, your birth is not a chain. Your purpose starts the moment you claim your flame. Freedom isn't comfort, it's responsibility. My purpose won't be borrowed, won't be defined by fear or expectation left behind. If I stand for something, let it be true. Not what they imagined, but what I knew. No one else can wake inside your skin. No one else can answer what burns within. Meaning isn't found in obeying a script, It's built in the moments you refuse to quit. Who am I when no one's watching? Is mine, not given, chosen. I sat with the same old problem, turning it in my hands, blaming all the angles I didn't understand. I called it just my luck, I called it how it goes, but something in me whispered, you already know. Just choosing, change it or change me. I won't stay in the same place day after day. If I can move the world, I'll lead the way. If not, I'll change my mind and still be okay. Two choices, both forward. Yeah. Looking in the rearview at the roads you left behind. Every memory like a shadow that keeps pulling at your mind. All the things you couldn't carry, all the dreams that slipped away, feel like pieces of your story you can never rearrange. But every door you walked away from led you here somehow. There's something better ahead, more than what you left behind. Every step you take now is rewriting your design. All the pain you thought you lost was just making room instead for something greater than something better ahead. Alarm goes off, city waking up, shoes on tight, yeah, I'm fired up. Yesterday's noise in the rearview glass, new day's here, so I hit the gas. Heart starts racing with the morning sun, another chance, yeah, another run. I don't need a perfect sign, I just need to move. Every mile, every try proves what I can do. Keep moving on, every step means I'm getting strong. Go, go, I'm right on time. Today's the youngest day of my life. Love myself, trust my pace. No quitting means I'm still in the race. Go, go, this road is mine. This morning, yeah, I'm feeling fine. Traffic lights and open lanes, breathing deep, breaking chains. People talk, let them talk. I got miles left, I got heart. Not there yet, but I'm on my way. Showing up counts, that's how I play. That's okay, means I care, means I'm in. As long as I don't walk away, I'm not losing, I'm building. Go, go, keep moving on, every step means I'm getting strong. Go, go, I'm right on time. Today's the youngest day of my life. Love myself, trust my pace. No quitting means I'm still in the race. Go, go, this road is mine. This morning, yeah, I'm feeling fine. Keep running, I'm already flying. Go, go, hands on the wheel, feet on the ground. I'm chasing what's real. Go, go, heart online. This life is moving at my time. Love myself, don't let go. Every mile says I've grown. Go, go, into today. I'm not stopping now. I'm on my way. It feels right. Rolling nights when I choose my life. Go, go. Just begin. That's how every good day wins.
You search the sky for miracles in every falling star. You thought the power lives somewhere in places far apart. You waited for a sign to come, a light to guide you through. But every answer you were chasing was already inside you. You don't need a spell tonight, you just need to see. Magic is believing in the strength inside your heart. When you trust the voice within, that's where miracles start. Every dream that feels impossible is closer than it seems. When you dare to believe in yourself, you unlock the unseen. Magic isn't hidden in the stars above the blue. The greatest magic in this world is the magic that is you. The storms will try to shake you, the night will test your light. But even in the darkness, you dare to believe in yourself, you unlock the unseen. Magic isn't hidden in the stars above the blue. The greatest magic in this world is the magic that is you. Close your eyes and feel it, the spark inside your soul. Every doubt you carried is losing its control. The power you were seeking was never far away. Magic is believing even when the road is hard. Every step you take in faith will carry you so far. Every dream you thought was lost is waiting to come true. The moment that you realize the magic was always you. The magic was always you. I've been waiting for someone to say I did alright, looking for a voice outside to make it all feel right. But every mirror kept reminding me no one knows this road like I do. Every scar, every sleepless night, I survived them all, it's true. If I don't stand up for my heart, who's gonna do it instead? I've been too hard on myself for things I already bled. At least let me be the one to say I tried, I stayed, I cared. If I don't praise myself a little, who's gonna save me when no one's there? I don't need the whole world cheering, I just need me on my side. Cause the only one who can truly save me is the one I've been denying inside. I carried doubt like it was truth, wore shame like it was mine. But I forget how far I've come, just crossing every line. I didn't quit when it got dark, didn't run when I felt thin. That deserves more than silence, that deserves to be seen. I'm not perfect, I know that well, but I'm still here, still standing. And that alone is something worth acknowledging. At least let me be the one to say I'm proud of you tonight. If I keep tearing myself down, how am I supposed to survive? I don't need permission to finally choose my side. The only ally I'll ever need is the one behind my eyes. Being kind of myself is not giving up. It's how I keep going. The road gets rough, I've been my own worst enemy. Now I'm laying that to rest. I don't need to win against myself, I just need to care. So tonight I'll say it out, even if my voice still shakes. I did my best with what I had, and that's not a mistake. At least let me be the one to finally recognize that the only one who can save me is the one who learns to stand by my side. I'm here, I'm trying, and that's enough.
I've tried chasing what looks right, safe choices, straight lines. I followed roads I didn't choose, worked hard but something fell loose. I did the job, I did my best, but my heart was always elsewhere. Effort works, but I could tell love was missing from the spell. When passion's gone, the fire fades, even strong hands feel the weight. But when I care, when it's true, the work starts working too. I do my best work when I love what I do, when my skill. When someone works with honest will, love sharpens focus, fuels the night, turns long hours into light. When I'm doing what I care about, a talent grows where passion stays. Effort lasts across the days. The work that feels like who I am is the work that goes the distance. I do my best work when I love what I do, when I'm not pretending, not forcing through. The energy flows, the quality shows. That's how real progress grows. So I set my life goals honestly, not by fear, not by guarantee. If I want results that feel alive, I choose the work I love inside. Oh, this isn't about taking the easy road, it's about carrying the right load. Love doesn't make the work light, it makes the work worth the fight. When effort and joy align, even failure feels like time well spent. The greatest results come naturally when I work from authenticity, not chasing status, not chasing proof, just building something true. That's why my goal is clear and strong, to spend my life where I belong. If I want success that truly lasts, I choose what I love and give it my all. Work can pay the bills, but love builds the life, and the best results always follow what you love. Sunlight spills across the empty street. Sneakers hit the ground, our hearts skip beats. We were late, we laughed, we talked too loud, dreaming big without a solid plan. Everyone said you'll figure it out, but all I knew was I wasn't alone. We didn't need the answers then, just someone running till the end. Every doubt felt lighter somehow when you were around. Thank God you ran with me when the future scared the hell out with me. No matter where life's leading, if I make it anywhere in this world, it's because once upon a time you ran with me. Same sunrise, different days, different dreams, the same heartbeat. Yeah, whatever comes next for me, I'll always know you ran with me. I remember who I was in January, standing still with a hopeful plan. Same fears, same questions in my hands, not knowing who I'd become. I didn't need a perfect year, just days where I chose to try. Small decisions, honest work, learning as the months went by. I didn't chase applause or fame, I just refused to stay the same. The greatest happiness I know is looking back and clearly seeing that who I am in years and now is stronger than who I was beginning. Not by luck, not overnight, but by choosing growth again and again. If I can feel I've moved ahead, then this year was a win. There were days I stumbled hard, days I questioned every step, but even doubt became a teacher when I chose not to forget that progress isn't loud or fast. It's built in moments no one sees. Every lesson, every scar quietly added up in me. I don't need proof the world can read, I just need truth I can believe. The truest measure of my joy is not the trophies on my shelf, it's knowing I'm a better version than the one I call myself. A year ago with the same dreams, but fewer reasons to believe. If today I stand more whole than this year made me grow. Happiness isn't a moment's thrill, it's the quiet pride that settles in when you realize time didn't pass, you moved with it. At the end of every year, I don't ask what I achieved, I ask if I became someone I'm proud enough to be. If the person I am now feels wiser, kinder, braver than no matter what I gained or lost this year was happiness. Another year will come and go. What matters most is simple though. When I look back, I wanna say I grew, and that is enough.
I kept holding on so tightly to what I used to be, to every plan I once believed would define me. I thought letting go was failure, thought changing meant I lose, but all that weight I carried was something I didn't choose. The harder I held on, the less I could move. I can't move forward with closed hands, I can't grow where I stand if I keep clinging to what I've known. I'll never find what I've become. I judged myself too harshly for things I couldn't control. Called it strength to keep pushing when I was losing my soul. I didn't see the shift right there in front of me because I was too busy holding on to what used to be. Change was already happening. I just refuse to see. I can't move forward until I release the past I carry and make my peace. If I forgive myself for what I couldn't save, I'll find a new path waiting to be made. Let go, breathe. You don't lose your story. You don't lose your story when you let it bend. You don't lose your strength when you learn to mend. Sometimes the bravest thing is not to fight, but to loosen your grip and trust what's right. Acceptance isn't giving up, it's opening. I can't move forward while I resist the truth that whispers I exist. If I allow the change to come through me, I finally see what I'm meant to be. You don't grow by forcing what used to fit. You grow by releasing what no longer is. And when you forgive the person you've been, you make space to begin again. Still here, still changing. I can't move forward, now I see. It starts with grace for the old me. With open hands and open sight, I step into a different life. I let go and I move. And I move. Yeah. Life comes in waves we never choose. Days we win and days we lose. Some things bloom, some fall apart. Some leave a weight inside the heart. Not every wound has to be healed. Not every truth is meant to be revealed. Some nights are long, some answers late. That's just the rhythm of our fate. We learn to carry what we can't change. Learn which memories to lay down. Not everything needs to be held to keep moving on. Life brings sorrow, life brings pain. Let the sadness drift away. When the road gets hard and heavy, stand still, breathe and stay. Forget what only weighs you down. Adore what time won't erase. Maybe this is the only way to live in a world like this. To live in a world like this. There's a strength in silent days, in choosing not to run away. Holding on without a sound when there's no one else around. We don't need to understand every reason, every plan. Sometimes living is enough, just staying when it's rough. Not every tear needs a name, not every night needs a light. Some things pass because we wait, not because we fight. Life brings sorrow, life brings pain. Let the sadness fade with rain. When the world feels sharp and cruel, endure, that's how we remain. Leave behind what breaks the heart, hold steady through the ache. Maybe this is the only way to walk this complicated place. This complicated place. This world is heavy, full of trials, for pains, aches, struggles, endless smiles, but still the sun returns each day. Even when we don't look up its way. Life brings sorrow, life brings pain. We forget, we endure, we stay. Not because we're strong or brave, but because we're still alive. Through this suffering, fragile world, we keep taking quiet steps. Maybe this is the only way to live and not be lost. And not be lost. Breathe in, hold on, tomorrow comes.
I don't spend my nights rewinding scenes. Old mistakes, old versions of me. The past is is quiet, it said its part. It doesn't tell me where to start. Instead I close my eyes and see a future face looking back at me. Older eyes, a steady flame, asking me to earn that name. Not what went wrong, not what I said, but what will I be proud of then? That question cuts the noise away and points me to today. I look 20 years ahead of now, at who I'm becoming now. I don't chase regret or rewind time. I choose the steps that draw the line. I ask tomorrow what it needs, then I act on that belief. I don't live looking back, I move ahead, building the life I'll recognize. That future self doesn't ask for fear, doesn't need excuses here. Just honest work, just choices made when the easier road said wait. I don't need to be perfect now, I just need to show up somehow. Every small decision I defend is a message I send to them. I let the long view shape my days, let patience guide my pace. If it matters in 20 years, it matters now. I look 20 years ahead and now, let that vision pull me forward. Not by luck, not by chance, but by choosing to act. I do today what tomorrow will thank. I build with effort, brick by brick. I don't wait to feel ready inside, I'm moving the direction I want to arrive. Someday I'll stand in that future place, look back at this ordinary day. I won't remember every fear I had, but I'll remember that I stayed, that I chose growth over comfort slide, that I kept the long view in mind, that I lived forward, not behind, one decision at a time. I look 20 years ahead of now, and let that guide what I do. The past can't build what's still to come, but my actions can. I don't rush, I don't rewind, I invest this moment in my life. I live today with tomorrow in sight, becoming the person I already see. The future isn't waiting to be found, it's being shaped right now. I don't look back to understand, I look ahead and move my hands.
I breathe the words I wish I never said. All the wrong turns echo in my head. I keep pointing fingers at my past, like that version of me still lasts. But the nights I cried, the truth I faced, every tear rewrote my name. I stood still long enough to see I'm not who I used to be. Regret opened my eyes, not to shame but to change. I walked through the fire and I didn't walk out the same. If you face your mistakes and let them break you open, then you've already changed, you've already been reborn. To keep blaming yourself now is to judge someone new, punishing an innocent heart for things it didn't do. I learned guilt can wear your face, even after you walked away. It keeps whispering you're not free, but it's lying quietly. I took responsibility, felt the pain, I swear the only stay. The moment I chose to grow was 'Cause the moment I let them go, you don't heal by endless blame. You heal by understanding the past taught you how to live, not how to keep paying. If you face your mistakes and let them change your direction, then you've already crossed the line between guilt and redemption. To keep punishing yourself now is to hurt someone true. You're holding a sentence over a soul that no longer belongs to you. Forgiveness, this isn't forgetting. It's knowing who stands here now. You don't honor growth by staying on the ground. You pay with tears, you pay with time. You learned, you listened, you tried. That's not escape, that's a transformed life. If you've owned your mistakes and let them reshape your heart, then the person you blame today is already a fresh start. Stop condemning a healed soul for wounds that came before. You're not excusing the past, you're acknowledging who you are now.